Now guys, we actually
Trump is backtracking.
Sorry. We actually covered this video yesterday, but it's important because it just goes to show you guys that the fake news situation, it's not necessarily in America only. It's not only in the UK. It's all over the world. You ever wondered a global conspiracy that the elites are trying to shape a narrative? You just need to look at a situation like this, for example. This is a program in Australia called 9 News. And in this, they go through and they make some wild accusations and claims. We're going to go through, we're going to watch that, and then we're going to talk about them getting ratioed and downvoted. Because you can imagine how this has gone. But let's jump into it.
Alarming suggestion that injecting Trump is backtracking on his alarm.
No, he's not backtracking. In fact, he actually clarified the situation 3 minutes after they initially were talking about it. It's not like it's been 6, 8, 9, 12 hours later and all of a sudden he's now backflipping. Or backtracking, as you call it, right? He literally clarified the statement 3 minutes after the initial statement. But regardless.
Suggestion that injecting disinfectant could treat the virus.
He also did not suggest injecting disinfectant either, but not really. That when he was asked 3 minutes later what they're talking about, he says, no, we're not talking about injecting it, we're talking about using it as a form of cleaning surfaces. But the thing is that they don't care. They don't care about the actual facts of the news. They just want to go through and shape the narrative, and we'll break it all down for you.
As his administration manages the fallout, America's toll ticked past 50,000 lives. Amelia Adams has more.
Putting his name to a bill to help the American economy, but it was the president's medical advice in the spotlight.
No, I was asking a question sarcastically to reporters like you, just to see what would happen.
Attempting to explain this comment from yesterday.
Disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute, and is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside?
But I was asking a very sarcastic question.
Now, the interesting thing I have to say there is they've even cut that clip down further. We gave him a hell of a flogging yesterday for cutting it down in the first place, let alone cutting it down even further, but regardless.
To the reporters in the room about disinfectant on the inside, but it does kill it, and it would kill it on the hands, and that would make things much better.
The reaction was swift and incredulous. The president's words prompting the makers of Dettol to remind the public under no circumstances should disinfectant be administered into the human body. Emergency services in the state of Maryland put out an alert after receiving calls about disinfectant use.
I really doubt they received calls regarding disinfectant use. And if it was regarding that, I imagine it would be, can we use disinfectant to clean surfaces? I don't think anybody actually sat there and rang the emergency line, and I would love to hear these tapes. And if they are, I'd like to know if they're Trump or Democrat supporters, because it could be just trolls. But I really doubt anybody has rang an emergency line and seriously thought, can we inject bleach into ourselves? But anyway.
When he gets new information, he likes to talk that through out loud and really have that dialogue.
5 weeks ago, 240 Americans had died after testing positive to COVID-19. Today, that toll is more than 50,000. Even so, businesses in Oklahoma and Georgia reopened with mixed emotions.
I got to pay rent and I got to pay my barber some money to help them out.
I do not think it makes sense to open these businesses way before the curve and before we hit the peak.
And there was more sobering economic news today. The US federal budget deficit tipped to more than triple to $3.7 trillion this year, levels not seen since the Second World War.
The country is a great place, and it's going to be greater than ever before. I really believe that.
After the disinfectant debacle, we may be hearing less from the president at the
daily
coronavirus briefings. Today, for once, he was not taking questions.
Mr. President,
In New York, Amelia Adams, 9 News.
So that's the quality of Australian news. It's pitiful. It really, really is. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about. One here, comments have been turned off. You know they know it's fake news when they literally shut the comments off, right? And not only that, but they've also gone through and they're getting ratioed in the up and down vote. Down vote, 451 down, 333 up. So they've got way more down votes than they do up votes. But here's the thing. You can't shut down the comments on Twitter. And Twitter's a little interesting. So let me go through and I will bring up the Twitter account because I've been a very busy boy today. So here is the Channel 9 Australia Twitter account. Probably should give it a follow. I am following it. Cool. No worries. Donald Trump suggests backtracking on his alarming suggestion injected. Right, that's what they're claiming. First place, why don't you report the truth? Don't believe the blue checks. Here's the content to Trump's conference. And then, you know, people have been talking in the comments, you know, you're twisting what he said, blah, 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 right? Asking the reporters in the room, and like he's asking, by the way, who's a medical profession of some sort, I presume? It was not suggested. He asked the question to a scientist next to him. He did not tell people to do it. Just took the daily briefing for yourself and pass the A News. It would make much more sense. Did Burks give him the idea? Yes, she did. She said to go to the clip when he gave her the information. He likes to go through. He wasn't suggesting any injections themselves with laundry detergent. His whole presidency is sarcastic. Yeah. You guys, of course he is. Sure, yeah, with like rolling eyes. And then obviously people doing memes. The media taking everything out of context and manipulating his own words. How so? He actually said it. And then I think I responded to that. Oh, no, she did. I think Mega Hat was pulled too far down over her ears and the words are muffled. I'll respond to that comment in a sec. Question, why does 9 attract so many Trump trolls? Because it's fake news. But anyway. People getting triggered to fake news. People like you don't get past headlines. Babe, I watched it live. Don't tell me that I didn't read before the headlines. Well, okay, yeah. Well, did you see the part where he rebutted it 3 minutes later? You know, like I say, the comments, there's some ones, here's someone posting your fake news, he is brilliant, you know, look, there's some people going through and defending him, but a lot of people are against him. So, and like I say, they are literally getting ratioed right now. They got 14 retweets, 51 likes, but the comment section alone, let's see if I can find it. So they got 51 likes, 14 retweets, 51 loves, comments. So they got 51 likes and 51 comments. So, yeah. And by the way, I can't seem to find my own comments in here anymore. So, yeah, interesting. Maybe they're there, I'm just missing them. But yeah, at the end of the day, like I say, it really is telling that the Channel 9 News has had to go through and literally block the comments. You can imagine why, because people are calling them out for it, right? But look, I presume Channel 7 was just as bad. This is nowhere near, obviously, one only network. This sort of slant, this sort of partisanship would have been taken by multiple. This one's the one that came up on my Twitter account, so I'm making them an example. But yeah, like I say, at the end of the day, fake news in Australia. Literally, the Australian media running a story. They know it's fake, but otherwise the comments wouldn't be turned off. Right? If I go to the other videos, are their comments turned off on that as well?
Our most sacred day.
Donald Trump is backtracking on his alarm.
Let's this
At
one.
the place our diggers landed.
Oh no, okay, the comments are off.
There's been a special.
So, you know, like I say, look, obviously the mainstream media in Australia, they know they have a credibility problem too. It's probably why they've turned all the comments off. But yeah, but that said, still ratioed. So, yeah, like I say, a lot of people in Australia, they don't believe these sort of news programs. They know these programs are just like CNN over in the US. But yeah. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Oh, they also have a Facebook account? I wonder how that's going. Let's see. Let's check their... Because people normally will respond to their Facebook more. Alright. So here's the Facebook account. Right. View more comments. The media are clueless. Not now. Go away. Media are clueless. Sounds like toddlers having a tantrum every time they question him. Keep it up, making him more popular. Grow up, media. Someone tried to call research. This is completely explanation of the treatment he was talking about. Probably best if he doesn't speak at all. He's obviously not a Trump supporter. Oh, please, people, you know you were twisting his words. I'm guessing here's yet another thing that he fails at. Okay, yeah. Imagine people being in his administration. Good to see Trump derangement syndrome is still going strong. You don't have to discuss it in the public television. What are your thoughts are? You should have been done in private, not public TV, for the God's sake. I could probably agree with that one, actually. He was in an official conference, not allowed to make jokes. People focusing on the news that matters in Australia. I think he should have, like, obviously, look, it's a mixed bag, right? No one's really pointed out the fact that he actually mentions 3 minutes later. So I'll probably post that there. But like I say, yeah, look, a lot of people are calling them out for it. And yeah, look, no one's really surprised, but you know, it's media in Australia, it really is. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. One more video after this, and apart from that, guys, that'll be it for the day. So we'll have the 3 videos up, and yeah, we'll jump into it. So next video right up soon. Have a great day, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.